Canto 3, Chapter 1, verse number 34. Somebody can share. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet nasta prayeshu abadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhakti bhavati naistiki. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Status Quo, title, Chapter 1, title Questions by Vidura, verse number 34. Apisvid aste bhagavan sukam vo yah satpatam kamadugo aniruddha yam amananti smahi sabdayonim manomayam sattvaturiya tattvam. Apisvidaste bhagavan sukam vo yas sattvatam kamadugo aniruddha ya amananti smahi sabdayonim manomayam sattvaturiya tattvam. Apisvidaste bhagavan sukam vo yas sattvatam kamadugo aniruddha yam amananti smahi sabdayonim manomayam sattvaturiya tattvam. Word to word translation. Api, as also, swit, whether, aste, does he, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, sukam, all happiness, va, of you, ya, one who, sattvatam, of the devotees, kama duga, source of all desires, aniruddha, the plenary expansion, aniruddha, yam, om, amananti, they accept, sma, from your, he, certainly, sabda yonim, the cause of the Rigveda, manah mayam, creator of the mind, sattva, transcendental, turiya, the fourth expansion, tattvam, principle. Translation by Divanges, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. May I inquire whether Aniruddha is doing well? He is the fulfiller of all the desires of the pure devotees and has been considered from yore to be the cause of the Rigveda, the creator of the mind, and fourth plenary expansion of Vishnu. Repeat. May I inquire whether Aniruddha is doing well? He is the fulfiller of all the desires of pure devotees and has been considered from the yore to be the cause of the Rigveda, the creator of the mind, and the fourth plenary expansion of Vishnu. Report. Adi Chaturbhuja, the original expansions from Baladeva are Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. All of them are Vishnu Tattvas, are non-different personalities of Godhead. In the incarnation of Sri Rama, all these different expansions appeared for particular pastimes. Lord Rama is the original Vasudeva and his brothers were Sankarshana, Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Aniruddha is also the cause of Mahavishnu, from whose breathing the Rigveda appeared. All this is nicely explained in the Markandeya Purana. In the incarnation of Lord Krishna, Aniruddha appeared as the son of the Lord. Lord Krishna in Dwaraka is the Vasudeva expansion of the original group. Original Lord Krishna never leaves Golok Vrindavana. All the plenary expansions are one and the same Vishnu Tattva, and there is no difference in their potency. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Panghum Langete Girim Yat Krupa Tamham Vande श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। श्री रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। Thank you for joining today's class 3134, reading from. So here specifically Vidura Maharaj is asking Uddhava various questions. We discussed, we are discussing for last I think at least few weeks. This chapter is very important. Next few chapters, it is giving the infusion of bhakti. That will be the title of these questions by Vidura, coming from completely immersed in the bhakti, and that especially at the lotus feet, dust of the lotus feet of the devotees of the Lord, and the Lord is completely absorbed in that mood, and he is asking questions of in the way it's Nama Rupa Guna Leela. One by one is going in the way he is asking about the Krishna and Balram, Vasudeva, Sankarsana, and then we see Pradyumna, and now is Aniruddha is asking. So from the previous so let's understand Aniruddha from Brahma Samhita. It has been explained. This is 4 expansions. There are 2 quadruples. So Prabhupada explains, or Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada explaining that Sahasra Patra Kamalam Gokulakyam Mahatpadam Tad Kannikaram Tad Dham Tad Anantam Sambhavam. So where the Golok in Vaikuntha, Golok Vrindavan is the topmost, where it is expanded 1000 petal lotus. Central place is Radha and Krishna resides, and each and every petal is different gopis and different cohort boys. In this way the expansion, and then in each of these at the outskirts of this Goloka Vrindavan there is a place called Sveta Dvipa. Chaturastram Tat Parita Chaturmurte Chaturastram Chaturmurte, and Chaturdhama Chatuskritam Chaturbhir Purushardhaischa Chaturbhir Hetuvis Vratam, where it is explaining about the quadrangular, this at the outskirts of Sveta Dvipakyam Adbhutam. There is a wonderful land, wonderful place, Sveta Dvipa, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in that Sveta Dvipa. In that there are 4 sides of this Golok Vrindavan, 4 corners, each corner Chaturasram, it means quadrangle. And each corner these 4 personalities, Chaturasram, Chaturmurte. Those personalities are Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, coming from Balarama. Krishna's first expansion is Balaram, and Balaram's this first quadruple is coming. So then it is mentioned further, Chaturdhama Chatuskrutam. They are managing 4 activities. Vasudeva is in charge for the consciousness. From Vasudeva is also coming Vasudeva is also coming, the source of Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, and then he is in charge of the consciousness. He is also here, he is also mentioned as the, I think these 4 personalities, Dharma, Artha, what is Chaturveda Purushartha. Yeah, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So they are in charge of these also. And also they are also in charge for these 4 Vedas, especially Aniruddha. So it is mentioned as Atharva, Sama, Yajur, and Rugveda. Rugveda is Aniruddha is also in charge of these Vedas. In this way 4 activities. That's why it is mentioned Chaturdhama Chatuskrutam. In 4 locations they are located in these 4 different places, 4 corners. And then they are carrying out, they are in charge of these activities also. Other than Vasudeva for consciousness, Sankarsana is for false ego, and also is in charge of the gravitational force, oversees the destruction of the universe, integrating and disintegrating power kind of thing. And then Pradyumna is in charge for the intelligence, and he is also in charge, it is coming from Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, is coming from Pradyumna. And he is responsible for the universal growth and maintenance as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And then coming to Aniruddha is in charge for the mind, is a controller of the mind. And that's why we see in the Lord Shiva's prayers later on in the 4th canto, where he is giving instructions to Prachetas. Beautiful prayers are there. So we'll come to that. So Aniruddha is in charge of the controller of the mind, and he is also, from him is also coming Kshirodha Kasai Vishnu. So that here Prabhupada is mentioning, I think in this particular purport, Aniruddha is also the cause of Mahavishnu. Prabhupada is mentioning. So in this way, these 4 personalities are carrying out the 4 activities, Chaturbhi Purushardhaischa, those 4 Chaturveda Purushartha, and then 4-fold mundane requirements. This is in the first, in the Golok Vrindavan, this is the first quadruple. From there again, from Sankarshan, coming Lord Narayan, and from Lord Narayan, second quadruple. That second quadruple expansion of Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha is also called Vaibhav Vilas. And they are in the rest of the Vaikuntha planets. From each of them, there are 3 personalities comes, and each of them has a different conch and club and lotus disc. These are each personality has a means in one of the hands they keep rotating. So I don't remember the exact positions of each of these things, but Prabhupada explains. So that's why these 12 places of Tilak we put, those are the 12 names of the Lord. These 12, the year, each and every month is named after them. So those are all coming from the second quadruple expansion of Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Now let's go back. I think that is too much philosophy. So we'll come to the crux of this actual infusion of bhakti of Vidura is thinking of remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. Where we were discussing previously, where Vidura is asking about how Samba is faring well or not. We were discussing when Samba fought with these Karna and Bhishma and others, 4 of them, 6 of them, single-handedly. But they not following the Kshatriya etiquette on the battle, so they captured him in a wrong way and they took him. So then, by knowing this, Balarama pacified the Yadus and told, I will take care. And then he came with Uddhava. Then he told Uddhava, he sent a message through Uddhava. So tell the Kurus, Duryodhana and party, that I am there. I am stationed outskirts of the Hastinapur. So then Uddhava delivered the message. So Lord Krishna and Balaram, there is no, they are personalities carrying out, they are basically Krishna. Balaram is always serving Krishna, but so without mercy of Balaram, we cannot get the mercy of Krishna. And he is the more merciful than Krishna. Krishna is Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradaya, most merciful. But even more merciful is Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So, and he is the Adi Guru. So that's why we need to pray to Lord Balaram in order to understand the transcendental subject and receive the mercy to remove there's a layer of vision which is covered, like the clouds are being covered. We are not able to see the sun, we are not able to see the actual transcendental form of the Lord or the vision. So Balarama, then finally the Kurus come to, but they were very happy, especially Duryodhana, because Balarama is a little bit favorable to them. Immediately they come and try to, with various paraphernalia, to please Lord Balaram. Then Lord Balaram very strongly gives a message to Kurus, Duryodhana and party, that what you have captured Samba inappropriately, and it is in the interest of both families, please relieve Samba and then arrange the marriage to your daughter Lakshmana with Samba. So Kurus were so much agitated with the way, strong voice Balaram is, but very calm. But Kurus has taken, because you are the Yadus, we are under our kingdom, we have given, by our mercy only you are able to enjoy all these paraphernalia of the yak-tail and peacock fan and conch, and you're using all this paraphernalia, and by our mercy only you are able to have that your place where you are ruling. And you are proudly saying here they got so much agitated, and they even insulted Lord Krishna and the whole Yadu dynasty, Lord Balram. And Lord Balram became so much angry. So there it is explaining, Prabhupada explains, and even in the other places, in Prahlad Maharaj's case also, Prabhupada explains. Prahlad Maharaj actually saying this particular verse, which is in line with this same consciousness of Duryodhana and Kurus, where Dhanabhijana Sruta Rupa Tapas Srutaujas Teja Prabhava Bala Purusha Buddhi Yogas Na Aradhanaya Hi Bhavanti Purusha Parasya Pumsam Bhaktya Tutosha Bhagavan Gajayuta Paya. So where it is mentioned that when the living entities are fully maddened with their wealth and beauty, Dhana Abhijana, by their associates, and then by their wealth, Dhana Abhijana, Tapa, by their austerities, by the Rupa, and Srutaujas, education. And then further it is mentioned that Teja Prabhava, they might have a lot of influence, very powerful, and even physical strength, Bala. But their buddhi, the buddhi yogas, where Prabhupada explains, gives a nice example. Their buddhi, their intelligence is like this. When you put a sugar particle, then ants will start coming. One ant, thousands of ants will come there. This kind of buddhi is there in each and every living entity. This is not astonishing. This is not the real buddhi. The real intelligence for a human being is nothing but they must be seeing everything in relation with the Supreme Lord. So this kind of buddhi is not going to help. With this, it covers the actual transcendental vision. So that's why it is mentioned in the Na Aradhanaya. One cannot worship the Supreme, one cannot even approach the Supreme Lord with this kind of attitude or consciousness. Na Aradhanaya Parasya Pumsam. Then Bhaktya Tutosha Bhagavan. It must be pleasing by only bhakti. Bhaktyamam Abhijanati. And giving the example of Gajayuta Paya, Prahlad Maharaj is mentioning. So just like Gajendra completely surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord, immediately Lord appeared to protect. So by devotion only we can please the Supreme Lord. So Balram was very agitated by seeing this mentality and criticizing and insulting Lord Krishna and Yadu dynasty, and immediately taken his plow and started hitting the earth. And then there was a huge earthquake, and everybody is so fearful. They immediately could understand the power of Lord Balaram. This is none other than Lord Balaram. So immediately they ran with Lakshmana, Bhishma, so all the Kurus came to Lord Balaram, and they offered Lakshmana and then released Samba. That way, then the marriage was arranged between Samba and Lakshmana, and Lord Balaram went in. So we can see, so unless we have the mercy of Lord Balaram, we will not be able to understand this transcendental form of the Lord, neither the transcendental subject. This tattva will not be able to understand. And then coming back to the Akruras, also very nice, because from childhood I am used to the hearing Akrura Vada Govindo Hari always, because he is the personification of the offering obeisances. So as he was completely absorbed in the remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, where it is mentioning about while he was coming to Vrindavan, he was remembering he was thinking that how Kamsa is so merciful to me. He sent me only to bring Krishna and Balaram. And by seeing the footprints, he saw the chakra, the wheel, lotus feet on the footprints on the dust in Vrindavana, land of Vrindavana. And then he's seeing the footprints of the Lord, where he's seeing the wheel of the Lord. The Acharya is explaining that is like chakra. It is already indicating that don't worry, I'm going to kill Kamsa with this chakra, Sudarshan chakra. And he saw the Lord, finally Krishna and Balaram, where it is explaining, is beautifully describing Dadarsha Krishna Ramancha Pita Nilambara Dharau Saradambu Rekshano. They are like, their eyes are like blooming lotus, and Krishna is wearing the yellow, nice yellow cloth, shining yellow cloth, and then Lord Balaram is wearing the bluish cloth. and they are so magnanimous and effulgent and so beautiful. So Lord Akrura was so much in ecstasy. And then finally, Krishna and Balaram took Akrura to his home, to their home. And then we can see from this example, Lord Balaram started serving Akrura, massaged the feet of the Akrura, washed the feet and massaged the feet. And then he gave a milk with honey offered. And then after that, then they offered various kinds of food with different tastes. Then he massaged the feet, and then he also gave the like kind of a tambula or a nice, aromatic, flavorful things we use, mukwas. So he has given, and then he has let him take rest. Then they asked questions: why did you come, and what is the purpose? So in that, Krishna and Balaram was asking these questions. But we can see from Lord Balaram's own example how to serve the Supreme Lord. How to serve the guest, how to serve the Vaishnava. So Lord Balaram himself is showing that. So we have to remember that we should also, whenever we are there in the temple, especially on the altar, we should try to massage the lotus feet of the Lord. Lord is always performing his beautiful pastimes. So we should massage the lotus feet of the Lord regularly. Whenever we are there on the altar, we should make it a point to remember to massage. That way we are always touching the lotus feet of the Lord. We are taking the dust, we are remembering the lotus feet. That is the ultimate idea. Prabhupada is always emphasized to remember the lotus feet of the Lord. So especially these four quadruple personalities, Vasudeva, Sankarsana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, it also means thinking, feeling, willing and acting. So that means in order for us to really think about the Supreme Lord, this is the lotus feet. More we worship, more we touch, more we massage the lotus feet of the Lord, it helps us to focus the mind, be absorbed in this way. So that is from that. And then we coming back to actually Aniruddha's case, where we see Aniruddha is a grandson of Pradyumna, son of Lord Krishna and Rukmini Devi is Pradyumna, and then Pradyumna's son is Aniruddha. So Aniruddha, and before that, I think forgot to mention about Lord Shiva is telling these Prachetas, beautiful prayers, is giving the prayers of Aniruddha to Prachetas, how to control the mind. Because Aniruddha is the controller of the mind, and then from him is Rishikesha, and then three personalities, as I mentioned, 12 total personalities, 12 tilak, we put 12 places. So Aniruddha is coming from that, so control of senses and mind is Aniruddha. So Namo Namo Aniruddhaya Rishikeshendriyatmane Namah Paramahamsaya Purnaya Nibrutatmane. It is mentioned. So just like the sun cleanses or sterilizing, antiseptic and prophylactic, sun's quality, where it cleanses all the dirty things and also clears up the vision. Sun does that. So same way, so the Aniruddha, by praying to Lord Aniruddha, is the controller. So he will remove the dirty things within the mind, and then it will enable us to elevate to the platform of spiritual understanding. So that's why Lord Shiva is giving the beautiful prayers to Prachetas to more meditate on Lord Aniruddha, so that their mind is always absorbed in the Lord. Then coming to Lord Aniruddha, so where here we see that grandson of Lord Krishna is Aniruddha. In this case, from so one time, so where Banasur, who is Prahlad Maharaj's son, is Virochana's son, grandson, he is Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj has 100 sons, so I think last one is Banasur. So one time Banasur's daughter Usha is thinking about, especially in a dream, she was thinking, she saw the dream of Aniruddha, seeing the beautiful form, but she doesn't know who that personality is. Then she was so much thinking of that form, what she saw in the dream, then immediately she was a little bit distressed because the dream disappeared. Then she was talking to her associates, Chitralekha, where Acharya has explained, she is also the expansion of the Yoga Maya. As we can see, Chitralekha she is very expert in drawing the forms of the personalities. Then she immediately understood, and then she started drawing Pradyumna, Krishna, Balaram, all these, and then finally she draw Aniruddha. Immediately she said, yes, this is the personality. Then immediately Chitralekha told Usha, don't worry, so I'll bring him. Then Chitralekha immediately flew from there to Dwaraka, where Lord Krishna and Aniruddha is also there, where it is mentioned, Narada Muni has told Chitralekha, some acharyas are explaining, that Prabhupada is explaining, Narada Muni has told, use by only mystic power, you will not be able to enter into Dwaraka by your own capacity. So use your mystic power. By Narada's instruction, use the mystic power and entered into Aniruddha's place, Lord Aniruddha's place, and then she took Lord Aniruddha by her mystic power. So another acharyas are explaining, she is also expansion of Yogamaya. Otherwise there is no possibility for her to take Lord Aniruddha or even enter into Dwaraka. So then finally she took Lord Aniruddha directly to the inner chambers of the whole kingdom where Usha is there. Then they both are having the fun times, and then finally this associate understood something is happening here. No personality, the men shouldn't be here, but we see something happening here. So immediately informs Banasur. This can be made a nice drama. This fighting also, huge fighting. So this can be created as a nice drama, hopefully in future. So for Harikishore Prabhu and others. So then finally the Chitralekha brought, then finally they informed Banasur. Immediately Banasur came with his associate with all the weapons and to capture Aniruddha. So there also it is explained that then as soon as he entered into the chambers, he could see both are playing dice game. Then immediately tried to capture Lord Aniruddha. Immediately Lord Aniruddha took his I think the plow, not plow, the Gada, the mace, immediately hit all his associates. Everybody flee from there because he is such a valiant fighter. Nobody can capture Lord Aniruddha. Even Banasur cannot capture. But there it is mentioned that by the Yogamaya potency of the Lord wants to further action to be performed, what he wants, because he wants to kill all these unwanted people on the earth with this fight with Banasur. So that's why by Banasur then he used his Naga Pasha. So by that he is able to capture Aniruddha. Then he took Aniruddha, captured Aniruddha and taken away. Then Usha was so much distressed by not seeing her husband. Then almost 4 months has passed. Then Vrishnis were thinking, what happened to Lord Aniruddha? We are not able to see him. Then Narada Muni informed. See, Narada Muni is a conduit. Narada Muni is the place where he enhances bhakti. So he is there always wherever there is a need of increasing the impetus for devotion for various rasas, for Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram's pleasure. So informed them what has happened, how Banasur captured Aniruddha. Then immediately the whole Yadu dynasty, Lord Krishna, Pradyumna, Samba, Lord Balaram, Satyaki, Yudhana, all of them went with others. Then Lord Krishna, so immediately as soon as they entered, they seized the whole city, they plundered the whole city, and then Banasur was so much agitated. Then he also came with that much battalion, his various personalities. And here one thing is Banasur he has 1,000 heads, I think, and then he started dancing for Tandav Nritya of Lord Shiva. He was a devotee of Lord Shiva. Then he pacified Lord Shiva and he actually pleased Lord Shiva by his activity. He was dancing with his 1,000 heads with musical instruments for Lord Shiva's dance. That's why then Lord Shiva gave a boon. Okay, I want you to protect my city, my whole kingdom. So then Lord Shiva, okay, he said okay. Then so he was puffed up, and one day he told Lord Shiva that nobody is equal to me, nobody can fight. These 1,000 heads became a burden. Prabhupada also told in devotional service, after initiation, it became like Galagraha. So worshipping, bringing the deity, or after initiation we should worship. We shouldn't think that this became a burden. Guru has given me a burden. to perform this devotional service in this way. Here, Banasur, even though he received the benediction boon, but he is acting arrogantly, then immediately Lord Shiva told, don't worry, your ego will be crushed pretty soon. You're going to get equal. But he didn't understand that even language. That means you can see how much he is proud and intoxicated with this kind of this having 1,000 heads and so strong and wealthy. Then finally Lord Krishna, all of them fought. Lord Krishna fought with Lord Shiva, and Kartikeya also came. Lord Shiva's associate Kartikeya fought with Pradyumna. He flew. Pradyumna fought valiantly. Kartikeya couldn't even stand. Then also the Samba fought with one of them. Lord Balram fought with the others. And Satyaki fought with Banasur. Then it came to such a point, Lord Shiva released Shiva Jwara, and Shiva Jwara couldn't stand, offered obeisances to Vishnu Jwara. Finally, they offered. Then at that point of time, then Banasur also, seeing everybody, all his soldiers, everybody is killed and everybody is fleeing, then immediately he came to the senses, immediately started attacking Lord Krishna with his 500 heads, using 500 hands, 500. He took this bow and each and two arrows in each of the bow, like 1,000 arrows he released at one time. And Krishna also counterattacked, all 1,000 gone and all the chariot driver gone. So he also all his almost except 4 hands. He killed all of the other heads and other hands with his weapon. So then immediately Banasur's mother came there to protect Banasur naked. Then Lord Krishna turned his face away. Then in that meantime, then Banasur flew away from there and then came back again to fight with Lord Krishna. Finally, Lord Shiva came back and pacified Lord Krishna, please release him, he is my devotee. Then he said, yes, same, I agree with you, because he is also Prahlad Maharaj's grandson, so I'm not killing him, I'm just removing his pride and illusion. So in this way we can see, already 702. So it is a beautiful pastime. Please, I encourage you all to read this, both of them. The Samba's pastime, this is in 10th canto, but a lot of instructions and very interesting to read, amazing. Especially this one is Usha and Anuruddha's, this fight of Lord Krishna and Edu dynasty with Banasur. It's really very interesting, where it explains at the end that whoever hears, they will never be defeated in anything. Whoever hears in the morning this fight of Lord Krishna with Banasur, so they will never be able to be defeated in anything. So with that, I will stop here. Thank you very much for patiently listening. Andhra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta ki jai, Vaishnava ki jai.